Welcome to Sunday School Lesson at a Glance, a ministry of the Sunday School Publishing Board, where we focus on teaching, engaging, application, and learning for teachers and students.
Now, I will share some teaching tips to use when teaching this week's lesson, September the 20th, entitled, Haunted by Shame. Again, our focus is on teaching, application, engagement, and learning. The teaching tips for this quarter are focusing on connecting with students, relationships, teaching environment, and class community. Last week, we focused on relationships. Again, I would love to get some feedback on how you are connecting with your students and how you are building those relationships. This week, we're going to focus on the learning environment or the teaching environment. One of your roles as a teacher is to create a positive learning environment where students feel welcome and a part of the class, and where they can learn, grow, and increase their spiritual knowledge and understanding. You want to create an environment that reflects love and fellowship. The learning environment is where your teaching takes place, either face-to-face or virtually. As the teacher, you set the tone for the class. What kind of tone are you setting? What is your class atmosphere like? You want to create an environment that reflects love and fellowship. Does your students see your enthusiasm for teaching God's Word? To ensure that you are creating a positive environment, assess and monitor your environment on a frequent basis. After assessing your environment, think of ways you can improve your teaching environment. I am now going to share some engagement activities that you can use when teaching this week's lesson. Partner activity. With a partner, have students write a personal adage that describes the treatment Joseph received and the outcome. We are all familiar with what goes around comes around. Encourage students to be creative in the saying that they write. Discussion questions that can be used in this week's lesson are: what attributed to Joseph being able to show compassion toward his brothers? Another discussion question is, in what ways did Joseph show compassion for his brothers? And then the third discussion question listed, what would you do today if you were treated terribly by your family? And have students give examples. So again, these are some great discussion questions to use when teaching this week's lesson. And remember that the activity or activities that you use should contribute to the students being able to apply the biblical truths to everyday life. The activity should reinforce and teach the biblical truths of the lesson. Thank you for tuning in to Sunday School Lesson at a Glance. I hope these teaching tips are helpful to you as you prepare to teach and study God's Word. For additional information and resources, contact the Sunday School Publishing Board.
We invite you to join us each week as we take a glimpse into the Sunday School Lesson. Subscribe now.